go. We're
There we
back. We've probably
go.
been back for a while. But so during the break, Ash was asking me if I could read the traits of a full-blown abyssal for no reason.
Everything's
I'm sure that
fine.
I'm sure that was just all right. So me as Sean isn't sure whether the right course of action is to like confront Neil or to run away, but I think Tessa is fairly certain that the right action is to run away.
Ooh.
So, like, as much as I do want to find out what's going on here, I also feel like I'm woefully unprepared for whatever the hell is happening, and I should use the distraction of all these people arriving to run like hell. What are you thinking, uh, Ed? What's your thoughts
See, my thought
on
was
this?
grab Neil and just grab him by the neck and run.
I mean, that's also a good idea, right? That was Tessa's job, was to get Neil or to find him at least. She's
Yeah.
found him, but it's even better if maybe it's even better if she has him. And the meta game of this is that I feel like they're looking at each other right now, like, what do we do? What do we do? I don't know. Look at him. What do we do? I don't know. What do we do? Before leaping into action.
Mm.
Who is Neil surrounded by right now? You said there's a guy with
Yeah,
him
he has just come in through the door. He's sort of walking towards you, but right now he's very distracted with this new Hawaiian shirt clad friend of his. Got like a bucket hat and a
that's right.
Hawaiian shirt, big aviator glasses. They're both holding very large tumblers full of an awful lot of alcohol
Right.
and carrying cigars. And both of them seem to be talking enthusiastically, and neither of them is listening.
Oh yeah. Reminds me
And
of the
they're just sort of strolling with the utmost air of undeserved and unaware privilege and arrogance and self assuredness right into the middle of this odd, highly tense situation that's going on in front of
yeah.
them.
You know what? I think I'm gonna play out Tessa's uncertainty and confusion right now exactly by not doing anything. And I
Okay.
think I think Vinny should take the lead here because Tessa's like, what the hell? What's going on? And if it wasn't for uh uh Jimmy being like, Miss Sunshine, I think we should get out of here. Her first reaction was to of relief when she saw Neil and thinking, oh, okay, cool. Now Neil's here. I can find out what's going on. But suddenly she, I think, is realizing that Neil's involved in this and he is not, maybe it's not necessarily safe to go talk to him.
All of the Fate
Um,
Weavers taking a penitent knee
yeah,
doesn't
exactly.
increase her confidence.
Doesn't bode well. So she's confused, scared, and yeah, I think I'm just gonna just
So Tessa's just kind
panic.
of like a little bit, yeah, panic, just sort of holding and looking around, trying to gauge what the heck is going on. So Vinny,
Fortunately, Vinny
your
doesn't
old
think
friend and
too
former
hard.
confidant, yeah, just came strolling in like nothing has happened, not a
Uh,
care in the world.
yeah, I'm gonna lope straight on over there. Neil, what the hell are you doing here, and why the hell are you here? And don't even answer me. Give me a hand. We're getting the hell out of here.
Okay, do you grab him and
Yes, I do.
all right? So you're trying to take him out, like literally take him outside with you.
Like he is my 4-year-old child who I am dragging to the
I
car.
mean,
Okay.
height wise, it's about right. You're
All
on
right.
stilts, really tall and lanky. Yeah.
So yeah, so as you grab Neil's arm, he kind of turns initially. He hears his name, he sees someone coming towards him, but then as you grab his arm and pull him to the side, he turns towards you, and his drink sloshes out and spills. And hey, you made me spill my drink, man. Come on, get your hand off of me. Everything's fine. Listen, I want you to meet my new friend. This is Hunter. He's in town on some sort of, I don't know, he's like an ad man or something. He's here to
I
write some sort of.
don't care about your friend. We're here to get you out from these weirdos and freaks and freaky weirdos.
Oh, I see. No, listen, it's fine. and he leans over and does that like that whisper that really intoxicated people do, where they
It's really
think
loud.
that they're being super subtle. He's like, "No, listen, I'm playing all of them. It's totally fine. They have no idea. I moved the stickers, moved the marks. It's fine. Everything's cool. They're doing something they don't even know. Just shh, shh." And he like puts his finger on your lips and then kind of takes his hand off of your face again and
It's
A
got
little
some
clown
on his
makeup.
finger.
right, yeah, it's clown makeup, but he doesn't know that, so I think he thinks that he's just kind of wiped off some of your face.
That's fair. Do any of these Fate Weavers react when he says that?
They do start kind of looking at each other a little bit. There seems to be a bit of a reaction to that, but no one seems to take huge action. There seems to be a slight sense of like, yeah, oh, okay.
Neil, you are drunk and stupid. Come with me. You can bring your friend if you want. We're leaving.
Look, I'm not going anywhere with you, okay? You were a means to an end, buddy. Look, you got me where I am now. I'm headed higher, and I'm sorry, I'm just gonna have to leave some of the little people behind. That's just how this is gonna have to go. All right?
I think this is when Tess is finally going to regain her composure, and she sort of steps forward. She's like, "Yeah, all the little people you're leaving behind, like your family."
Rainy, honey.
Never ever been rainy. I mean, no, that's not true. It is raining. Yeah, never mind. Sorry, I thought he was getting it wrong. Um,
Stormy.
there we go.
Clear. Oh, my little rain cloud. Oh, you're such a grumpy little rain cloud. Oh,
Behind Neil's back, I just sort of lift up the crowbar and point at it in a questioning way.
So it's just Neil. You know how worried everyone's been. We haven't seen you in days slash a while. It's been a while.
Jeez, time flies when you're you're surfing the numinous. Am I right, buddy? He kind of like gives Hunter a little nudge. Hunter is just sort of watching everything with, Hunter-esque glee.
Yeah.
Brady, come on, listen. Come here. I'm going to explain it to you. It's fine.
I'm as close as we need to be.
Oh, no, come here. I want to give you a hug, sis. Come here. Brotherly hug. Okay, fine. You don't want me to hug you. Fine. Fine. Look, you will when you find out what I've set up for us here. Okay, now listen. I'm not going to name any names, but you know who is going to be real happy with us in just a couple of minutes here. All right, so just chill it out, Like, come on, just help me make this happen. This is why I didn't tell you in the first place, okay? Because you are a buzzkill. Just keep it going, everyone. Just keep it going. Everything's fine.
I mean, I don't think Tess has like the preternatural ability to know that Neil isn't raw. Like she doesn't. Maybe he's telling the truth, right? Like she doesn't know. So, and it's not like you can deduce the truth out of him because he's so wasted all the time. It's hard to like. He's never really like he's right. He always looks like he's lying, even when he's telling the truth. So that it doesn't. He I think he boggles lie detector tests.
Right. Because he doesn't think of it as lying, but it's not the truth either.
Right. If you ask him to hold up his left hand, he says, "This one," he'll still
what? Yeah.
So she's like, "Okay, well, we may have sort of upset your friends by hitting them with the crowbar multiple times, but
wait, you what? Who'd you do that to? Who'd you? And he's looking around trying to like figure out who you assaulted because obviously she's not showing any damage. So
yeah,
she looks grouchy. But then as he's looking around for her, you notice, wait, where is Sandra actually?
I think I kind of thumb over my shoulder. I'm like, Sandra, and then I look and
no,
she was here.
No, hold on. Where did she go? So you all take a look around. It's not a big space and there aren't all that many people in it. so it doesn't take you very long to notice her. She has gone outside of the casting circle and is in fact checking all of these stickers. And you see her sort of standing there and standing next to a sticker and kind of looking across, and she's suddenly very interested in looking at these stickers with a very inscrutable kind of look on her face. She looks
Mm.
she looks not confused, but definitely sort of like she's about to get a really funny joke. She's got that sort of like, oh, hang on, oh, hold on, wait a second, and she almost seems kind of, yeah. She doesn't seem super upset about it, but she seems like she's about to be kind of surprised.
Hey, Sandra, did Neil do something stupid?
No, no. Neil, I suspect, did very little at all, actually.
That's my experience.
I would encourage the two of you to move out of the center of the circle, if you don't mind. I have a feeling that we may have another guest joining us shortly.
This seems real bad. From what I know of rituals, which I think is a fair amount since I practice in
Yeah.
blood magic.
Tess, you kind
How
of put
far?
the pieces together, I think.
Yeah, I think yeah, I think Sean and Tess both have. How far along is this particular one? Is it stoppable or is
Well,
it
um, it's pretty clear now. You can see now that there was supposed to be an awful lot more juice in these ley lines. Um, you suspect that maybe the evening's party of having a bunch of people come in and play the machines was actually
Mhm.
just kind of winding up the
I'm
battery.
in the yeah.
And so they've all been sort of doing extra charging on it. But now that you can kind of, you're sort of like, okay, Neil is being very satisfied with himself. He has not so subtly referred to your patron god. Um,
Yeah,
we now
not
know he
subtly at
moved
all.
the stickers, and now you know where you've seen this shape before for sure. As soon as you had
Yeah.
those three pieces, you're like, oh yeah, yeah, this is an eldritch casting circle, is what he's done.
Right,
Um,
right, right.
and you know, as you know, either of you can bring that elder god into this circle at any moment, and it will use whatever power is currently here. And he does
Yeah.
not look like he knows that it's not fully charged.
So it's very likely going to just suck the life out of whoever's around
Out
to
of whoever,
make
yeah,
the
whoever is there as the human sacrifice to pay all of the costs, because that's the dangerous thing, right? Is that he can, well, technically either of you, but more relevant right now, Neil could start this ritual right now, and his god will take all cost in blood. There's no additional setup needed.
right, right. Yeah, because that's just a thing we have.
That's just
Yeah,
a thing you have. Yeah,
just
that's
a
just
thing
a
we
thing
have.
that y'all do sometimes.
Yeah, just sometimes it's just like, hey. So I think Tessa's weighing this possibility where if she does it instead of Neil doing it, she may be able to feed Neil to it
Mm-hmm.
by just giving him a shove. Since he's standing in there right now, and he's being very cavalier about it. But then that means she will have summoned the Smiler from Beyond the Stars, which will
It does
be
mean that
horrible.
she will have, yeah, she will have gone abyssal, possibly for the first time.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which is something that she knows she can do, and she knows she can come back when she wants to. She hopes, but
right. So it's either do it herself and kill Neil,
yeah,
which has its appeal,
right.
honestly.
Now, if,
Um,
if Neil does it and there aren't enough people around to pay the cost, who knows what the elder god might take in exchange? Usually, it's the practitioner, but not always.
yeah. So I think she's gonna turn to to Jimmy and
Okay,
say, Jimmy, I think you're right. Let's all get the hell out of here right now.
nice.
And I want to try and leave nobody but Neil and this shitty fucker Hunter and these dickwad fate weavers and all the other douchebags that are in the area that we don't particularly like, and then and try and get everybody else out so that the people who get absorbed are not the various hotel security and all that stuff.
Yep.
And yeah, and I think she just looks to Vinny like this is our best bet, and I don't know if he's cool with that though. I don't know if Vinny's like, yeah, let's GTFO or
This is magic shit. If you say we got to get out,
yeah,
I think I'm with you.
cool. Yeah, so I want to corral everyone far away from this.
Sure.
And I don't know that that's probably hard, but I figure maybe it is, I don't know, but I figure what's tricky is getting Neil to go ahead and pull the trigger once we're gone.
Right.
And what I'm imagining is like her leaving and being like, okay, Neil, make mom and dad proud. Don't make them wait up for you. You know, they trying to like goad him into just like do it now.
Right.
As she's like bolting the hell out of there.
I think if you made a concerted effort to sway or manipulate him in some way on your way out the door, he's compromised enough, and that goes along with his natural sort of like, I can do whatever I want. Like he really thinks that he can pull all of this off and pay no price.
Yeah.
And so if you just say, you know what, yeah, I think if you massage his ego a little bit, you might very well be able to get him to absolutely stay here while you all slip out the front, actually, because the security that Jimmy brought isn't going to get in your way because you pay their paychecks. So if you say you want to leave, they're probably not going to stop you.
Oh yeah, I mean, Jimmy's been trying to get me to leave the whole time.
Yeah, Jimmy's been trying to get you out of this building. So
yeah. Yeah. I think I say something to the effect of like, I'm gonna get the family and we'll come see the light show. Make it a great one. Make it one Elvis is jealous of. Because we all know Elvis is in town, right?
Right.
So, try to give him to one up somebody. Yeah, I think I'm swaying, and I think I have a really shitty idea for a Devil's Bargain.
Excellent. Tell me, because I'm sitting here trying to think of one too.
Well, I think the best way to do it is to make him feel like he's got to do it first.
Yeah.
And I think if I go Abyssal, he's gonna know that I can do it if he doesn't. And I think if I say make mom and dad proud, and I suddenly take on this twisted radiant form, that he's gonna really think like, oh shit, I better do it soon, otherwise she's gonna do it first. She's gonna beat me to it.
Oh wow. Okay.
I mean, does that do you think that tracks? I don't want to actually summon him. I just
But then even if you win, you will have taken that first step. You'll have had to.
Oh yeah, it's a terrible plan. Yes.
So what shred of humanity are you willing to tear to make that happen? Which you can define now. But it's some piece of your humanity that Tess is willing to sacrifice perfect. In order to cross immediately over into her abyssal form.
Well, Tessa's goal is I will free my family from the Sunshine Cult. And so the thing I'm going to give up is oh man, I just wrote it down. I already can't read it. I will never give up one of my family.
Oh, wow.
And
he is still family.
Exactly. Now, Tess doesn't like Neil. She doesn't normally think of him as family, even though they technically all are. But he is really.
Yeah.
And she is always been like, I'm going to try and take care of everybody. And now it's, I'm going to take care of most everybody.
Right.
There are exceptions. There are people who can be
Yeah.
lost. I think her, she used to be like, we don't compromise, we don't trade people, Captain America. And now she's a little more vision.
Yeah.
She's a little more like, well, maybe we
Right.
trade some,
Well, maybe every once in a while in special
maybe for the
circumstances.
greater good. Yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
when they're really, really shitty people and,
Oh, dang. Yeah, I think
yeah.
that's definitely enough of a shred to trigger that change if she wants it.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Take a devil's bargain for that. So you get 2 dice for it, 2 bonus dice.
cool. What's the
You also
position
will
in the
get an
deck?
automatic success because you have torn a shred.
Oh,
You
cool.
have one six that is automatically in your pool.
Nice. I'll take that. And then I take the actions of the abyssal form, the harbinger,
That's
right?
right.
As well. So my sway goes up by a lot. So I think I'm rolling 5 dice right now.
Okay, so the odds of a
Two
critical are pretty good.
two for my sway, one because I have the smiler beyond the stars, which gives me +1 to sway, and 2 for the
And
devil's
then
bargain.
2 more for that. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see if we can
So,
get that sweet critical.
yeah. There it is on that last die.
Yes. Okay. So Tess, you step into the center of the circle. What do you say to Neil
I
as
say,
you start to change form?
yeah, I say, I think I'm retconning this a little bit because originally it was just like Tess running away, and now it's Tess saying like, I'm not giving you all the glory, Neil. I'm gonna be the next king of Vegas, and I'm like, give me some sugar, and give him like a little nod, and it's like a game of chickens, like who's gonna go first,
Oh wow.
and and then as soon as I feel like he's like, as soon as I see his eyes widen or doing, as soon as I feel like he's got like he's suddenly paying attention and now he's racing for it, that's when I'm like, I try to say, Jimmy, let's get out of here, but instead I just sort of bark at him and send him flying back.
Yeah,
It
because
sort
you
of
now
has the
speak the
same
language
effect.
of absolute truth, which is
Yeah.
a haunting, guttural barking sound to especially
So
humans like Jimmy.
I just say leave, and he just gets sort of forced out
Yeah,
of this.
yeah, that becomes everything in his mind. He has never heard any other word except leave.
Yeah. And I do it to this, and I say I think it affects the security guard, the
Yeah,
Monday
for
security guards
sure.
as well. And yeah, I bail from the space and let
Okay.
horrible carnage happen because I'm a
How
horrible.
how far through the transformation did you get before Tess sort of turns and flees and kind of pulls it back in again?
I think sunlight starts piercing from all of her orifices.
Yeah.
That's the point
And
when Vinny leaves.
yeah,
Vinny does not like
and
the light show.
I think it's like it's starting to come out of her eyelids and out of her ears and her
Oh
nose,
wow.
and like it's glinting off of their teeth, and
Yeah.
it's just about to start bursting out of her cuticles when she gets through the door and just like collapses and like just like goes fetal and just does everything she can to pull it back in. As soon as
Okay.
she's like through the double doors and outside, she just like fights it down and like punches the cement sidewalk and like and just like bites at her fingers and like just does everything she can to like squeezes her eyes shut and pinches her mouth closed and boxes her ears and just tries to like force it physically back in, even though it's more of a mental thing. But like that's the signs
Yeah.
of that, trying not to let it come out.
All right. And as you're coming back out, Vinny, do you see any of this struggle that Tess is going through?
I'm pretty sure I just bailed when the light show started.
You just took off. Did you go out through the front door? Did you go out through the side? Did you take one of your underground things? Do you slither like out of out of your stilts and down a drain? Where did you go?
I'm probably not out the front door, probably out a back door into some sort of relatively dim alley,
For sure.
but away, and
Okay,
then immediately down a grate and into the sewers.
gotcha. All right. Um,
Nice.
so yeah, let's see. I'm trying to remember if there is an abyssal consequence for the cultist.
A lasting consequence? No, not for the cultist.
For
Yeah,
coming
last
for
season,
coming back from the
none.
abyss. Is there any kind of yeah? Yeah, I
Exiting
think
the abyss. If you're ever knocked unconscious, the Eldritch power puppeteering you will move on to other things. As long as you still have some humanity remaining, you will automatically be back in the liminal state when you wake up.
yeah. Okay.
None. You have no lesser consequences for entering the abyss, so why not do it again?
Okay.
Um, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm trying to think whether kind of shoving it back down again had any kind of I'll just say you just go kind of directly into downtime. You don't necessarily lose consciousness, but you're definitely weak and disoriented, not feeling great. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'll let you retain consciousness so Tess can get herself somewhere and
I mean, I'm totally happy to have Tess wake up with like Jimmy has like taken her somewhere. Like
yeah, okay.
Mrs. Sunshine, you collapsed and I
Because you
took
do
you,
have Jimmy and the bodyguards with you for sure.
yeah, right. Like I'm happy to just have lost
Yeah.
agency for a
And
while.
Jimmy's
That
not going to
makes
leave you.
total
Yeah, that's very true. Jimmy's not going to leave you somewhere unsafe. Um, yeah, so you get maybe a little bit woozy. Jimmy kind of gives Tess his shoulder, kind of helps keep you propped up, kind of follows you down to the ground, makes sure that as you kind of collapse into the fetal position, you don't hurt your head, you don't collapse, you don't pass out. He stays with you. Um,
yeah.
and yeah, actually, maybe the next thing that you really notice, Tess, is you're kind of your vision kind of clears a little bit, and you're in like a living room of a sort of low rent Vegas apartment. Um, and there's maybe a cup of tea on a low coffee table next to the couch that you've kind of been draped on. There's like an acrylic crocheted Afghan kind of draped across your knees. It's clear that someone has done the best they can with meager means to make you feel comforted and comfortable when you kind of
Oh
regain
man.
consciousness here, kind of come
What does
back
it
to your
smell like a nice
senses rather.
Afghan?
And you hear some like kind of rattling in the next room. Here it is.
I think I imagine that coming back from being an abyssal feels a lot like detoxing,
Yeah, a little bit.
especially given what we established with the Sunshine Cult. So I think she looks a little haggard and feverish and a little shaky. She's had a lot of cold sweats. Um, color is drained from her face, and she calls out, "Vinny,
Yeah, it's me.
Jimmy."
No, it's all right. It's all right, miss. You're doing all right. There's some tea and some aspirin there on the table for you. I wasn't sure when you were going to wake up. You want some food? He kind of pokes his head like around the corner and you can smell like some bacon grease kind of heating up in the next room.
Let's start with tea and go and see if I can hold that down.
There. So he comes back in and kind of sits on the edge of the couch and he looks
Hold on
kind
a
of worried,
second.
but also kind of like patience and also faith.
Yeah. Yay, audio's back. Okay.
Yay, audio
Hey,
back. Thank you,
Yay.
Paula.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry about that. We dropped the connection to the server, and then whenever that happens, audio goes out, and it took a really long time to reconnect. So, yay, we're back.
Okay.
So I
So,
believe
Jimmy was
you're
just coming back
describing.
in, having a seat on the edge of the sofa where Tess has kind of regained some composure following the brief experience as a chaos god, and back in
Yeah.
your liminal form. Jimmy is still showing a lot of concern for your well-being, has obviously brought you back to his place, but you notice as he sits down on the edge of the couch, he's kind of eyeing you a little warily. He's a little bit shaken.
I mean, as he should be. He saw horrible things. They came from
Yeah, he
Tess.
saw some shit tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, I think she looks at him like, I don't know. I mean, I think she feels pretty like he's got pretty good reason to think that she's a monster because she was, frankly. But doesn't like have the energy to try and have that conversation or explain it right now.
For
So
sure.
she's like, thanks for the tea, and just sort of like sips it. And yeah, do you think we should? I don't know that I'm gonna have a meaningful dialogue with him right
No,
now
for
unless
sure.
he
Jimmy basically
asks
just kind of says
important
something to the
questions.
effect of, "Hey, Miss, I don't know if I want to know what was going on back there any more than you want to tell it. Uh, but I want you to know that I just think you seem like a good kid, and I. It's not like this is the first time I've suspected that there's some things going on in this town. I just want you to know, if you ever need some help, um, you can call me. I don't know if you need my help given what I just saw, but just I just wouldn't want to see you get hurt. You seem good, and that's rare around here."
Jimmy, that's probably the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.
Oh shucks, miss. Well,
Thank you.
yeah. Listen, you know, I brought you in. My super saw you come in. I probably shouldn't have you stay the night. But do you have somewhere you can go? Are you gonna be okay?
And I think she sort of peels off his grandmother's Afghan and sort of gets to her feet and kind of stabilizes herself and says, I'll be okay, Jimmy. Thank you for taking care of me. Thanks for getting me out of that pinch.
Yeah, yeah.
You did do me a solid. You watched out for me when I couldn't take care of myself, and I won't forget that. And I may just come back and take you up on that offer. You seem like a pretty good guy yourself. I don't know why Vinny said so many bad things about you. I like you, Jimmy.
Oh, I mean, it's Vinny's he whatever, but yeah, I just hope maybe in case any of the bosses over at the casino ask anything, like maybe you could leave out any I got to keep my job,
Your name will never cross my lips.
Oh geez, thank you so much, miss. I do appreciate that. I'd just rather that nobody knew I was there last night or tonight. Gosh, sorry. All right, well, you take care of yourself. You know where I live now, so you can come
I
back
guess
if you need to. But yeah, you should probably go.
sounds like a good plan. Thank you, Jimmy, for everything. and
Yeah,
she's
yeah,
genuine. She really is. Like she's been sort of fast talking a little bit tonight, which is not really her strong suit, but this is very genuine. She
nice.
appreciates that he's watched out for her and that he sees her as a good person. That means a lot, especially after what she just did. So I think she's going to go try and find Vinny and figure out
Excellent.
what the next step
Yeah.
is. Hopefully,
Vinny,
everybody in that room has been eaten by the elder god because she sure gave a lot to see to try and get that going.
so Vinny, where have you headed off to?
Well, Vinny, I realize, made a grave error.
Oh,
His core shred of humanity is that he will never flee when his allies are in danger.
Oh
oh,
man,
And he violated his core shred of humanity, which,
well,
as we
he's
all
been
know, is
almost
is a
immediate.
yeah, an immediate trip into his abyssal form.
Oh
oh,
boy.
oh dang,
Uh, Vinny P is not merely ghoulish; he has gone full darkling. So he has fled back into the darkness. The light was too bright, too dangerous. Even the shadows where abyssals dwell, too well lit. So, where am I specifically? That's a good question. I might still be in that darn basement of the tanning salon as
Right.
a place that I have some familiarity with, where
Okay.
my clan and I were feeding at the beginning of last episode.
Yeah,
Uh,
not that long ago.
but I
yeah.
also think the basement is currently pitch black, and all of the lights have been smashed to pieces.
Since you've been there last, or at this point?
This is a thing we
Oh,
have done. Yes.
gotcha.
So if you want to find me, that's where I'll be.
That's where
Nice,
you'll be. All right.
nice.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so Tess, do you head back to the tanning salon? Where do you go
Yeah,
to try
I
and
mean, I
find?
think I think that's I think it's late at night, and Tess is
Yeah.
sort of staggering along, and uh, uh, like realizes like she's got something in her pocket and pulls it out, and it's a stick of bacon, and she's like, weird. I remember putting that in my pocket,
Oh,
and is walking down to walking into the tanning salon to I think she has the keys, so unlocking it and going in and calling down the hall.
Yeah, and I think it's immediately obvious as you walk in. Anything that makes light has been smashed. The bed has been smashed. All bulbs
Nice.
have been smashed. And when you first came in here, there was kind of a susurrus coming from the basement of a lot of bodies moving. It is like that again, but much louder. It sounds like there must be 50 beings moving in tight quarters down
This is
there.
perfect. Tess is just like, oh my god, out of the frying pan into the fire.
into
That's
the
it. I'm done.
fire.
No more monsters tonight. I'm done. Vinny, when you and your friends are done with your frat party, I'll see you in the morning. I ain't about this. And she just turns around and leaves. She's like, nope, not
Amazing.
not gonna go into this nonsense. And I think that's probably a good place to cut the. I mean,
Yeah, I was
I'm
going to
happy
say,
yet if you want to
the
proceed.
following morning, Tess, you get word from the rest of your family and from the casino that an unexpected accident happened that's going to require the casino to close down just for a few days. There was a bit of a leak of some sort. They need to do some cleaning. Some cleaning needs to happen.
Yeah.
But that apart from that, they had a new client who had completed a new tune-up of all of the machines. Is the story that's being told, and that the casino should be operating at an improved rate from now on. And so, isn't that nice that everything's sorted out so well? And then you do. receive an emissary. A person comes to you with just a little hint of some sort of crackling across the eyes, and comes to you, Tess, and says that they're very sorry to inform you that unfortunately your brother has gone on extended leave on business with the casino, and that he might not be back for quite some time.
Uh, yeah, I think Tess doesn't look particularly stricken, but neither does she break out in laughter. And says, "Well, I guess someone will have to take care of our controlling shares then in his stead."
Indeed, miss. And you are handed the shareholder portfolio and told that you are now the controlling shareholder at the Royale Casino. And they look forward to seeing you at the next shareholders meeting.
Nice. Ed, does Vinny surface at some point? Does he eventually? I know there's mechanics for it normally, but since we're sort
Yeah,
of moving
something
into
kind
town,
of veil and distraught. What is the mechanic for bringing you back from the abyss?
The mechanic for bringing me back from the abyss is someone needs to go into the darkness where I dwell and physically pull me out into
good.
sunlight.
Great.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I don't think it happens that night because of what we described. But the day when this happens, and maybe the others have made it off into their other corners. I think she's gonna try and lure you out by like, I got the deed, like I got, because that's it. That's Vinny's goal, right? Is to get controlling. And she's like holding it like a carrot, like I got it, and and if need be, does go ahead and go into that dark space and tries to lure you. I don't know that she can drag you out. I don't know that she has the physical capacity to physically drag you out, but I think that she could try and lure you out.
I can try not to resist. I think
I
will need you to
what Vinny can do is try to kind of ragdoll.
Yeah, grab me by the wrist and pull me.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep saying, I can't. I want to. I can't. I don't belong out there. I don't belong out there.
Okay, listen, we all get clammy skin sometimes. It just happens. It's a problem. We'll get you a little sunscreen. You're gonna be okay.
Have you told him yet that you have control of the casino?
Yeah,
that might be enough to pull him out, right?
Like waving this around. I'm like, you can't take control of the casino if you don't leave the basement of a tanning salon. Look, I got what might as well be the deed. I don't think she really knows the corporate.
Right.
There's
still a bit of work to do.
I got the papers that say we own the place. Let's go do something about that.
I think you hear a shuffling up the staircase, and then just at the very edge of darkness, a tiny little sliver of hand appears.
Nice.
Just, help.
Oh,
help me.
I think that's a good opportunity for sort of a touching moment where she sort of reaches down. Like you have to reach into the light and she has to reach into the dark.
Yeah.
It's a risk for both of us. But if there are not circumstances which prevent it, she will reach and grab your hand and
Perfect.
if not pull you up, certainly guide you up, certainly
Right.
give you the tug.
I think that is enough to get me out into the light. And then there's a lot of screaming and writhing because it is so bright.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's totally like full ass daylight right now.
Yeah.
And all of the blinds, or at least not all of them, but some of the blinds have probably got knocked down in your rage, right? So there's some blinds that just like, we can't pull down because you knocked them down, right?
Right.
So you can hide in a corner, but there's a slit of sunlight that we can't do anything about.
Oh goodness. But I eventually I will come to my senses and I will be excited about this deed.
Nice.
Yes.
All right. And as the credits start to roll on Liminals in Las Vegas, we see the two of you settling back down in your base of operations there. Maybe looking up in the yellow pages for a blinds and lighting repair service.
Yeah, right.
Start to get
flipping through it. I'm like, we gotta find a nicer place to call home. This place is a dive.
And go ahead.
And as I'm saying that, I've got the what's spackle tool? The spackle tool that
Oh,
you use
sure,
for like
sure.
scraping paint and like putting on spackle. I got one of those spackle tools and I'm scraping one of the smiley face stickers off that is randomly slapped on something.
Nice. And then just as we start to fade out, there's a sticker kind of maybe as the camera is pulling up and out of the tanning salon, there's a sticker like in a weird sort of upper corner of the room that's not really visible to the two of you. But as the POV camera pans out past it, we see a little crackle of electricity pass over one of the eyes of the smiley face. And we hear a familiar little chuckle that sounds an awful lot like Sandra as the camera pulls up and away from our couple. Maybe their entanglements are not quite as done as they thought.
Nice.
Well, thank you both so much for playing, and thank all of you so much for watching. It was so wonderful to see some of you in the chat. Thank you.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
Tons of fun.
Yep, this seems like a good place to wrap. What do you think?
I think that sounds great.
Beautiful.
Yeah. I'll lead us out.
Wonderful.
I'm Sean Nittner. I use he, him pronouns. You can find me online at Sean Nittner pretty much everywhere. I'm very excited right now because the Fate of Cthulhu Kickstarter just launched today and we already funded. That was fantastic. We starting in a week, we're going to be starting the Babylon Equity Project to bring more people of color to Big Bad Con. And starting in 2 weeks, we're going to start the Big Bad Con Kickstarter. So it is Kickstarter season. Please open your Twitter retweets and your wallets when you can, where you can, and where it appeals. Because these are all some really great things to get behind and support. How about you, Ed?
I'm Ed Turner. I use he, him pronouns. I'm on Twitter or the web at edleyt or edleyt.com. I'm also tremendously excited about this Fate of Cthulhu Kickstarter. I have no skin in the game. I just think it's great. It's lovely.
Dirty silver.
And the third name on the credits, that's whoever that person is very clever and handsome.
Yeah.
So that's me. What about you, Ash?
All right. Yes, I am Ash Cheshire, they, them pronouns. I am at Divine Cheshire on Twitter. I also have a couple of links here for you. That's my Patreon and my itch.io, where I have more games available. And I, too, am very excited about this Fate of Cthulhu Kickstarter. I am one of the stretch goal timeline authors. So you've got a whole nice group of us here that are very excited about that project for sure.
Every single person in this stream will be in this book if people make it happen.
Yep.
We get them backers. So awesome. It's been so much fun. Thanks for everybody for hanging out with us through the various technical hiccups. It is now, of course, running super smooth as butter. Just wrapping up, but so be it. We'll see you all. Actual play will be back tomorrow for Tides of Gold. See you then.
All right.